August 21st, Jeff Voth. Welcome to 365 Christian Men, where every day we aim to inspire and encourage with real-life stories about men. Jeff Voth is a Colorado native who has written 3 books that evolved out of his personal walk with Christ. He is the founder and director of an international men's ministry called CaveTime, which challenges men to practice 5 disciplines in their daily lives. On this date, in 2012, Jeff published CaveTime, God's Plan for Man's Escape from Life's Assaults.
Driven to succeed, a place to hide may be what you need. Jeff Voth was powering through his 10-mile run when pain shot up his left arm. What was happening? The question and a million others raced through his mind as the pain increased and spiraled out of control. Soon, flat on his back in the emergency room, hooked to a heart monitor and numerous other medical devices, Voth wondered how this could happen. A gnawing in his gut wouldn't quit. I was only 33 years old. Was I having a heart attack? I just felt sick, hopeless. I needed to hide somewhere. Voth was a self-admitted junkie, and performance was his drug of choice. Life was one big competition to achieve, to win, to be the best, to live clean, to do well at all costs. He believed that he had to perform to be loved, and he had to perform at a very high level. At home, at church, and in his relationship with God. As it turned out, Jeff wasn't having a heart attack. He was having a full-blown panic attack. He was, like many men who for one reason or another find themselves in trouble, panicking and believing they had nowhere to go for help. They don't have an escape plan or any idea where to hide and collect their thoughts in a healthy way. They try to escape everything and run back to old, comfortable places. I became depressed and I began to have panic attacks, Jeff said. I went into what one writer has called the dark night of the soul. I would not have admitted to it before this emotional crash, but I really believe deep in my heart that for God to love me, and for that matter, for people to love me, I had to earn it. I spoke of grace, but I didn't accept it from God, and I did not extend it well to others either. What's more, I was the product of a culture that put pressure on a man to be a real man, yet did nothing to help him find what being a real man really meant. Voth needed answers, and he found them where he never expected, in a cave with King David. Through no fault of his own, David, who in his early years was the shepherd boy who decapitated the giant Goliath, he had grown up and was overcome by poverty and distress. He was being hounded by King Saul, who wanted to kill David. So David was searching for a safe place to hide, a place where he could find strength, honor, and cry out to God without judgment. Having lost all of his support systems, he ran to a familiar cave to hide. In the quiet darkness, David found God waiting there for him. Jeff discovered that David's time in the cave provided a clear message for men today, men like himself. The message from the cave built men up and allowed them to become the strong men God had created them to be. That message changed Jeff's life and the lives of hundreds of men with whom he has shared its truth through his ministry, CaveTime. CaveTime helps men in the middle of life's assaults by challenging men to spend time alone with God and build a deeply personal relationship with Him and find hope. God desires a real, raw, and transparent relationship, one forged in vibrant, truthful conversations in a cave. The scriptures tell us in Psalm 57:1, "Be merciful to me, O God, be merciful to me. For in you my soul takes refuge, and in the shadow of your wings I will take refuge, till the storms of destruction pass by." Are you overlooking or ignoring the warning signs in your life? Are you in trouble? Battered by the storms that surround you, God is waiting for you. Find your cave, your place of refuge. Driven to succeed, a place to hide may be what you need. Man, Chuck Stecker here with a chosen generation. So privileged to be a part of 365 Christian Men. Our story today on August 21st is Jeff Voth. You know, an incredible story about a man that was so strong. And you would think in his greatest strength, there would be a peace. But that's when he had this panic attack. And here's what he realized. He was performing. That, the word says in the story, that was his drug of choice. His choice was performance. For the world to see, for his family, and performance with God. You know, it's interesting because we can ask that same question. Are we just performing, or are we diving deeply into the relationship with Almighty God Himself? You know, I've not shared this a lot, but I believe God gave me this for a reason. My father was in prison. He got out, and I was getting ready to go in and minister in a prison. And I asked my dad, I said, "Dad, can you give me one piece of advice?" He said, "Don't be a phony." He said, "We can spot a phony a mile away." And then he went on to say, whether it was a guard, another inmate, now listen carefully, or some do-gooder trying to come in and save us. It's my dad's words. He said, "Don't be a fraud." You know what my dad said? Don't go in and try to perform. Just be yourself. You know how important that is for others, that they know there's something just not right. Like he's performing. He's putting on a show for me about how good he is, how strong he is. Just be yourself and let God work through you. But you know, at the same time, don't try to perform for God. Take a look at your life today and ask yourself this question. Can I honestly say I am a deep, committed relationship with Almighty God? Or am I trying to perform to win His approval? Well, let me just tell you, we can't perform enough, can we? And God already loves us so much, He couldn't love us anymore, just for being us. Let's take a good hard look at our lives, men. Is performance our drug of choice? Or are we into it for the relationship? Husbands, wives, our family, and Almighty God. Hey, have a great day.